Yoga for healing. What's up? I was called to do a read, pulled to do a read, urged to do a read, because the energies that want to come in, those bloodthirsty, energy-thirsty X's, masculine or feminine energy. We're talking about karmic energies that we left behind, that we've been hearing about in these readings, doing all sorts of nasty things. But have we heard of them healing? Ask yourself, how many reads have you heard of a divine masculine taking the time to himself, being alone in hermit mode, and hearing of that transformation? From what I'm picking up, right now at this time, those that are wanting to return, I'm talking about exes, those that you know. Not a single one are returning healed. But we are receiving messages of a new coming in. And we're all aware, we've been told, if you watch tarot, you watch more than one reader, and you watch more than one reading. If you're following your story, from what I can see in the comment sections of everywhere I go and listen, and yeah, I watch you phony bitches too. Art of War, honey. I don't give a fuck about your monetization or if it gives you another view, because I am also getting the information that I need. Thank you. It's so obvious to the true divine ones, masculine and feminine, who these scoundrels are. Oh, this is a toxic masculine. Yeah, he did spell work on you, and yeah, he a dark magic working warlock, and he does evil, and he's been in the dark, but he wants you. So you rather pick up the energy in pushing their motive than to give an introspection on the story that you're telling and guiding? And then every so often they might say, oh yeah, this energy took over me and they had me doing this and talking like this to you guys. Oh, really? And I still see a lot of sleepers watch. But hey, not everyone will wake up. But if you pick up any part of my story and I've been watching, you got something coming. Because there are some little tiny details that everybody's not going to have in their story. You know what I'm saying? There's things that we know and we pick up, especially if we have the ability to read energy. You pretenders, I studied these cards and I memorize certain things to say for certain ones or whatever, however y'all do that. Your time's limited. What is it that we need to know about these ones returning that we have not heard anything about healing about? Only about what they want. now that they're receiving karma. Now that the shit is starting to take effect on them. But they did not give up until they saw exactly where that energy was going, right? They've had a long time to figure it out. But it's not until karma strikes and this full moon that they start going in on how they want to come back. But they have not healed. So why on earth would you say, oh, just listen to them, just listen to them? For what? You've been doing the readings. You've said yourself about the death spells wanting to cause endings, all the third parties, all the hanging out, blah, blah, blah. The immaturity, and how if you're reading fucking tarot, you see they won't come up as emperors or kings. That's why you stick with the oracle. And only want to call out some zodiac. But see, that only shows you need to level up. Because the true ones are leveling up. So that means you're going to have to level up. What do we need to know about these karmic energies? Whether it be reader, friend, family, uncle, mother, someone that wants to return, someone that's been doing manipulative tactics on us. What do we need to know about these energies? These breadcrumbers, these vampires, these soulless beings. Trash. They're getting thrown out. They're getting tossed out. Getting rid of. Ancestors said that first card out. They're getting tossed out. Right now, they're finishing up their investigation and they're starting to feel that breeze because the door is opened. That's how they know that karma's coming. And of course, they see us going about our day, minding our business in a purposeful, truthful way. What else do we need to know about these energies that are getting tossed out? They didn't check theyself before they wrecked theyself. Every single last one of them. Still out here blapping them gums talking about he want to come back to you. How do you have any self-pride? How do you have any morals? Oh, because you don't have a soul. You have no heart. Chakras blown. You only know about trying to manifest through sex. Go in on them. What else is it we need to know, Holy Spirit, ancestors? Getting a room in reverse. What about this room in reverse? They think that they could come in and fight for what they want to claim as theirs. But they know that getting a room, tantric sex isn't going to cut it. Something's going on with this sex, tantric sex, and this getting a room in reverse. For sure, it's saying they're not having it. Dang. gotta check theyself. They sex is trash. And no one's getting a room with them. Dang, is this the cat cooch? Is that the catfish cooch? What is this trash? Love story, once upon a time. Somebody that you had in love once upon a time that was thrown out. They need to check themselves if they have not. They have not checked themselves. Police. They haven't been caught up yet. And they're still in denial. This also could be this police in reverse. I also see that as they're not in 3D picked up by the police, but they've been picked up by the spiritual police. Give me one on this police in reverse. A situation is about to explode in reverse. Oh, okay. I was also getting that you don't have to check yourself because you already threw that away. So you're not getting caught up in any of this. What I'm hearing is crossfire because they're having issues with the police and shit is exploding around them because they didn't check themselves. But if you would not have checked yourself and thrown them in the garbage, I've picked that same scenario up before in a read. Like a reminder to be happy that you did stop and check yourself. Give me one on this police reverse. Police reverse. Yeah, because you're not in outdated thinking. You're not stuck in the past. You took the information that was relevant and threw out the rest. You saw that this was a total drama and you took action. Yep, that's what I was hearing. Thank you. Thank you for that clarification, Holy Spirit, divine, and ancestors. Thank you. You ended that love story. You threw it away. Give me one on getting a room in reverse. This is something that they would lie about or deny, but they're coming in with a fake apology. So they would lie and deny about how they were having tantric sex, getting a room for pleasure. They want to burn that evidence and come in with this apology because they know they already fucked up. So you hear these readers talking about an ex, a past, especially one of a cult and a warlock. And they are ha, finding it entertaining when they're talking about that. But when they're talking about when you cut they ass off, they're like, oh yeah, you not having it anymore. Yeah, you done with that. And yeah, they spell work didn't work. What? Whose side you on? Because I can hear it in your voice. Y'all better start peeping this. This total drama. Those that have not checked themselves, that you don't have anything to do with, that wants to come back with a fake apology and deny evidence of past situations, of how they were pleasure seeking, getting a room. What evidence is it they want to burn if it's not getting a room? What else is there? Yeah, how they ran away and how you already know the tea. So they want you to forget what you already know. They want you to play dumb for them and sacrifice yourself for a deadbeat bum because they got blubbering idiots that will read their energy and try to, I call it third party love bombing, because that's what them heifers be doing. Oh, divine feminine, you should listen. Oh, they got them mother suckers doing their freaking love bombing through a read. Now, if you peep that, don't ignore it. I'll tell you right now, anybody got anything to say to me, leave it in the comments. You may see some ugly ones in there. I haven't really seen, but maybe one time, but that was because I called that person out and let other readers know what they were up to. Just going down the list of every reader. And they were talking, from what I could see, of a lot of good readers. But you sitting there with a bonnet on. Yeah, and what? Child. Oh yeah, I'm here. I'm here. What's this tantric sex? They didn't want to be kicked to the curb, realizing that they are a bugaboo. They wanted to have tantric sex with you. They don't want to be kicked to the curb, even though they know they a bugaboo. Because what they got to lose? You be the one losing, not them. What the hell do they got to lose? But see, if you recollect, they still want to burn some evidence. Like how they are a runner. And that now they've been caught and they are in a karmic situation. A date with karma that's going to be on their ass. Because remember, how many times did you hear that the spell work went back and they cursed their whole bloodline? So if you've been resonating with this type of story in these readings, I'll be checking them heifers that's been lying and manipulating the stories. But not everyone is going to peep it. I get that. But the Holy Spirit, ancestors, and those in the above, in the middle, and below that work on our behalf, those that are balancing out the light and the dark, those that are always checking themselves, going within, practically living in hermit mode. Mine's turned into monk mode. Mine's. You took action. We took action. And we've been standing our ground. Because we're not accepted this outdated thinking. Because if we do, we would have had to expect this and accept it. Because this person we threw in the trash has not checked themselves. This was a love story that was once upon a time. And because you checked yourself, you don't have to deal with that outdated thinking, that drama that they wanted to bring you, especially knowing that they're caught. And more evidence is being uncovered. They're getting exposed every day. Things are being revealed of their cheating, deceitful, lying ways. This bugaboo. What do we need to know? Yeah, investigation. This investigation I'm taking as you doing the investigative work, listening to your higher self, and cutting it off, throwing it all away. What was a love story, you ended. Why? Because you knew of the toxic energy. You knew that they weren't changing. You knew that they were not willing to check themselves. And they're in denial. That's why they have a total drama. You realize that this person would never check themselves. They were too busy with that tantric sex. But now, as far as you knowing about them getting a room, they want to burn that evidence and come in with a fake apology. Because they're running away from something. Because this is a runner that changes their face. Let's not get it twisted. This is someone that's going to come in and say, I've never kept a promise to you, but I promise this time I will. And expect you to just accept that and go out on a leap of faith. But really, it's not even a leap of faith, because you already know they have not done the shadow work. Them being sorry, them missing you, them wanting your poom poom ain't got shit to do with the healing. And I don't know who wants to sit there and read all they got to say and what they want to say to us. We just need to know what we need to know and be aware of. We can give a fuck about they said so-and-so said this and that and so and she and said and he said. Give us what we need. Give the people what they need. So they don't get played. Ashe. Getting played in the fucking reverse. Getting manipulated with lies and control in the reverse. Because I know what I'm speaking on. So this is your caution, your warning to investigate these bugaboo that will now want to burn the evidence and pretend like they really did not know they were making a bad choice. You're not getting played. It doesn't matter what kind of evidence they think they're going to burn. Because you're not getting a room with them. Because you already know what they're all about. And you kick them to the curb, realizing they're a bugaboo. And they're under investigation. This is why they're running. Tell us more about why they're running. Because they've been asleep around. They're running from somebody out here. They're running from a temptress. Ooh, that may be expecting. Ha! Woo! But he loved you. He missed you. This is your soulmate. This is your twin flame. He did all this, but just listen to him. The spell work didn't work. You still alive, aren't you? This is what they want us to fall for. That's what they want us to fall for. They expect us to be so love and light, kind and gentle, in our homes playing the harp. So when they come by, we just give them everything they need to pour into them. What lies beneath? I turned this around in my hand for a reason. Hidden futures, oracle cards, what lies beneath. This is telling us to look closer, zoom in, start paying attention to patterns. You have to turn into one of them. What's that girl's name from the Silence of the Lamb? You gotta turn into that chick. But now, don't move as slow as she did, though. She moved a little too slow for me. But you gotta get that mind going, recognizing things, left and right side brain. So they're running away from somebody that maybe, yeah. They are in their feelings because they didn't use protection, or maybe the protection had a hole in it. This is somebody that was a fake friend of theirs. Oh my gosh, a bugaboo. That's who they were with. Two bugaboos together. They both being investigated. Somebody they were promiscuous with and they're running from because they hear that maybe they got a child on the way. Or maybe they already have it and they're running. But either way, these are fake foes. Fake foes. Okay? That's what I call them. Fake foes. Yeah, I know what it is. Fake and foe. They're all in their feelings because of this I'll take your man energy chick that's running up behind them, and they're running. And they see that you're not falling into pieces while they're in a bank failure. What do we need to know about this promiscuous bugaboo that's running after them? Because, yeah, we've heard about this chick, this crazy chick out here that's running after somebody's twin flame or soulmate or whoever they were supposed to be. They got some Looney Tune running up after them. We don't want them. Go check with Pick Misha. She might want them. We cut that shit. We are not insecure. We're good, honey. We are good. So, this is leaving them in a Ten of Swords. Completely ruined, broken, shattered into many fragmented pieces. Oh, wow. Some people cannot go through that Kundalini awakening. People take these things as a joke. People that don't know or study, research, go through it, they think it's funny. They think it's funny, so that's why, since they don't know shit, they have to rely on the 3D bullshit, cracking jokes, making light, making fun, and breadcrumbing, trying to pull at your strings instead of enlightening. I said fragmented because these energies, a lot of them are going to become fragmented. Because when you're doing shadow work, you have to heal all of those pieces of you. And if they've been through a lot of childhood traumas and then adulthood traumas, and they've just been pushing a lot of things down, if you've never been through the dark night of the soul or done shadow work and had to heal some deep wounds, I'm telling you from myself, of a child of molestation, of a woman that was of domestic violence, of a woman that was married to someone that was addicted to drugs. I've learned those lessons, and I can speak on them, and I use those lessons because my journey and my purpose is to use my gifts to help and enlighten others, to give them information, to share my story. Because all of us have a story. We're all supposed to be sharing our story. Because the more information that we know about what they're doing and trying to hide and lie and cover up with laughs and giggles and flowers, like we're not supposed to hear the words that are coming and the energy from that, even without words. They don't understand some of our skills. How we can read it in a comment and we can pick up energy if you do it enough times. If that energy goes back and forth enough times, oh honey, best believe we can read that energy wherever it is. But see, those that wanted to play pretend have no idea. But we won't give them all our secrets. But that of those from the exes in the past, those that really mean business, been doing the work, did the healing, and now on our glow up, on a new shift, because with the energies now, honey, what I'm talking about is with the planets. What's going on with the earth right now? Do you watch the Schumann? If you didn't know then, when your ancestors and spirit guides was telling you to cut that shit off, if you didn't listen and thought you can keep riding that wave and stay sitting back, thought you was sitting in the cut or something, waiting for a good time to jump in, oh, you missed it, honey. You missed it. You can deny that you're falling apart. We're not falling apart. We're not insecure. But what you've been doing, you cannot just erase. You got to go within and heal. And not a true divine feminine or a true divine masculine will listen to any of these scoundrels and take them back. New face or old face, the energy's all the same. It doesn't matter if they come out as a king of wands, in reverse, in the upright, a knight of wands, a page, it does not matter. Because what's the energy surrounding that energy? Y'all better be peeping the storylines. And if it's all discombobulated, that's because that bitch is. And you gonna listen? Trust your gut. Meditate. Start out 5 minutes a day. You have to quiet yourself. Still yourself. And I'm one that has a lot of high energy. I didn't think that I would be able to meditate for 5 minutes. But anyways, I wanted to get this message out because there's a lot of energy out here that's being very forceful and trying to get back in to that divine energy. And I'm here to stand on the sidelines and just say, hey, beware, beware. This is what I know. This is what the cards are saying. And this is a story I had to go with it. The more we know, the less power it gives to what they call power. But what it is us relinquishing our power to them. Anytime I hear somebody say, oh, they had control over, if they think and speak like that, as far as those from the past that thought they had control while we were just doing as we were guided, we didn't move at the pace that they thought we should have moved at because that's what they thought. So they thought they had control. But who said they had control other than them? So peep game. Because why is somebody, a starseed, gonna say, if she's one of them or he's one of them, why would she or he say their power was taken? That someone had control and power over them? Yes, we have lessons. We have to awaken and become aware. But as far as someone having control over, that shit broke as soon as I realized what was going on in the government and everything around us with the food and everything. Come on now. But we'll end that here, because I'll rant. Peace.